All right. Let me unmute Mr. Barry here, and we are going to get this show going. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome, one and all. Thanks to everybody for dealing with my technical glitch there. I forgot to update my credit card information on the program we use, and it booted me out, and I was only able to go live in one spot, and it was a fiasco. It's always something, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Yes, it is.
always something. Never once does one of these streams go smoothly. And you think it would be easy, but it's actually it's not. So,
We
but
were on
anyways,
for an hour last night troubleshooting. So.
yeah. For those of you that tuned into our let me bring up the chat here. Say hello to everybody. My dad's watching. My dad says no more calamities to report. My parents, I love them to death, but it seems like in the last couple months they have not been able to catch a break with my mom hurting her leg. My dad fell the other day and hurt his ribs, and it's they're okay, but I'm like,
I'm
good
glad my
goodness.
parents don't watch.
Yeah. So my dad's awesome. He supports everything that I do. So hi, Dad. How you doing? Hello, John. Good to see you, John. How you doing? Duncan, hello. Michael, hello as usual. Good to see you. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year. We're back after a little holiday break. Took a week off.
We still have what 3 more days of Christmas, I think.
Oh, for Three
January
Kings
6th.
Day. Yeah. Yeah, it's the third. Yep, we got a couple more days.
Yes.
So, but yeah, we're back. Not a whole lot to talk about. I think advance warning. This is just gonna kind of be a hangout stream for Barry and I, just kind of chit chat. Um, Barry went out to the parks for New Year's Eve, so we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. I stayed home with 3 kids, my mother-in-law and Cheryl, and we watched Illuminations on the TV for New Year's Eve. So that was our New Year's Eve, was watching well, my mother-in-law, she was trying to find like a live stream on TV for of like fireworks for the kids to watch, because they were running outside. Let me mute the music here. Um, they were running out. The kids were running outside trying to find. My neighborhood is pretty awesome for 4th of July and New Year's Eve. Um, so the 3 kids were running outside watching fireworks, and my mother-in-law was trying to find a live stream on the TV for the kids to watch of like the
Yeah.
fireworks, because every hour at some point there's fireworks going off for New Year's Eve in some country around the world, and she couldn't find one, so Jordan just came in and went on YouTube and turned on Illuminations. I was like, good choice, Jordan, I approve. So that was my New Year's Eve, was just kind of hanging out at the house with the wife and the kids and my mother-in-law, and just kind of hanging out. So, but you went to you did a couple things before. You went
Oh
to
yeah.
Magic Kingdom on the
30th.
New Year's Eve,
Mhm.
and then New Year's Eve you went to Epcot. So how was that? How was Magic Kingdom?
For the first time in forever, I had the entire Christmas week off, so I had 11 days off.
What's up, Johnny?
Um, so we were actually, a lot of people think we're crazy. We were at out of the last 6 years, probably half of them. We were at Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day, Christmas
Yeah,
night.
yeah,
And people were like, "Well, why would you go when it's like that?" And it's like, well, we have the I guess the Incredipass, and it's like we get the Christmas parade, the Christmas fireworks, the Christmas shows, the Christmas
yeah.
overlays. We don't have to
You
pay
you
extra for that.
you don't have to pay extra for it. It's included at this time of the year.
So we take advantage of that, and we got to see everything except I ended up getting a cold Christmas week, so we unfortunately missed the Christmas parade this year. Not that it's really any different.
Yeah.
The big thing this year is they brought back Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time fireworks um, back Christmas week, which we were very happy about because it's way better than Enchanted. So
Yeah, I remember they updated. Wasn't it the same year they updated they got rid of
the
the
Halloween, yeah.
Halloween one and the
So in
Christmas one? That
2019,
Yeah, and I remember because we went to the media
2018,
preview. It's all a blur.
who knows?
these last like 3 years have been nothing but a blur.
Well, it's
So
like when you tell someone the Batman came out March last year. It's like, wasn't
that was
2
you.
years ago?
That was you. You were like,
Wasn't that
Batman
2
came out
years
this
ago?
year. But yeah, no, because I remember us comparing the new Halloween fireworks weren't as good as the minis Christmas fireworks are actually. It's actually a really good show.
It's a very good show. It's and they definitely I think the biggest change I noticed this year is much like I think they did with the Halloween show. They integrated the new lasers that were added for enchantment.
Yeah,
So that was it's a great show, and then just getting to do all the holiday overlays. Space Mountain. A lot of people want to debate whether the Halloween one was it Space Mountain. What the heck is it called? But it's the one where you're completely in dark. Whereas Holiday Run is basically Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
it's like a Christmas rave.
and a ton of lights. And I think based on, I like that one better.
It was called Deep Space Mountain, right?
Yeah, Deep Space Mountain.
Deep Space Mountain.
The Christmas party one is Holiday Run.
Yeah.
I think I like that one better because Space Mountain is a lot more terrifying when you can see
the structure.
The structure.
You can see the metal beams, and your hands are like
how close you get to those metal beams, and it's a blast. We got to ride it, I think, about over the week like 5 times, and it was amazing.
It looks cool. The like I said, it's like a Christmas rave. It's nuts.
But then getting the New Year's, nice thing we do get here, unlike Disneyland, is on the 30th and the 31st they do New Year's at Magic Kingdom. So you get to go the 30th when it's a heck of a lot less busy. And get to basically get all the same things that you get on the 31st. So we got to do the Fantasy in the Sky New Year's Eve fireworks, which are always a blast. I'm not sure if there were a couple of less perimeter fireworks launch sites this year.
That's what you were saying.
It felt like there was a couple missing, but it's still amazing when that finale goes off and there's literally fireworks going off almost completely 360 around you. There's really nothing like it, and they have the dance parties, which I'll get into a little bit, and with Epcot here of that. But it was a fun night, and then those who follow us know that Sin and I have been at Epcot New Year's Eve, I think now 5 of the last 6 years. Basically, 2020 was the one year they didn't do it, but we've been there every other time. This is the first one where I was sort of meh.
Yeah.
There was a big change. The big thing with Epcot New Year's Eve is the dance parties, and they're actual, real full blown.
Yeah, they go all out with those dance parties
with crazy lighting and everything. But the difference this year was pretty much every single dance party had about the same music.
So there wasn't much difference in the music selection.
There wasn't much difference, and the other big thing was no bands at all this year.
So no live music.
No live music, which normally there's a dance party in the American Gardens Theater. That's sort of like the Latin dance party because there's like a live sort of Latin band, and then a DJ. This year there was none of that. Used to be in the UK, they would alternate between the rock band and a DJ, but now the UK is just the silent disco, which if everyone knows, it's the one where you wear the headphones and you can choose between 2 different DJs.
We did that on the cruise with the kids, and they loved it. They had a silent dance party in one of the clubs on the ship.
Yeah, it's fun to do, and then it's
fun.
also fun to just watch everybody without the sound on. If you've seen when we post videos on Twitter, you
I actually have
everybody.
I have a bunch on my phone that I never posted when we were on the cruise. What was the song that I requested? Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody. That was such a great song for the silent dance party thing, because I took my headphones off and everybody's like going, Scaramouche, will you do that? It was hilarious. So anyways, sorry.
But then this year different was that there was a dance party in Japan. The dance party in Italy is normally like European techno, and this year was just straight up
like
They
kind
were
of
all
pop.
about the same, and usually, China's usually the best one because you got the dragon, which actually got a little new design this year to it.
Yeah.
And they actually were doing a lot more of the pyro. You got the dragon, you got the pyro, the flames, but all the playlists at all the dance parties were about the same, and that was really disappointing. Um, and so we had a great time. I mean, you can, and I think the other thing, it was the same way last year, but the fact that they don't do like a full show before the New Year's Eve fireworks, um, is sort of, it's not the same either, because it used to be you got all of Illuminations before they did the countdown, which is still cool. The country countdowns where they start with China and Japan and then work their way all the way till you finally get to Mexico, Canada, and the United States for the final
Yeah.
midnight countdown. It's still amazing, and it's still a ton of fireworks. It's still the sky basically exploding in fireworks and
Just
all
like
and above.
the 4th of July fireworks at Epcot.
Yeah, and then
Just
also
melt your face.
melt your face, and then the bigger thing with New Year's Eve is in the finale part is all the fireworks shooting up above all the countries too. So you get all that, but it was still fun. But like I said, it felt like, I don't know, budget cuts, but it was definitely, and the biggest thing, it was definitely busier than last year. 2021, if you followed us along last year, we couldn't believe how like not busy it was that night in Epcot. We were, and maybe that too. We had such a blast last year that this year was going to be a letdown, no matter what happened.
Yeah.
But no, it's still amazing. It's still amazing. I pinch myself that I get to ring in the new year at Disney World.
Every year.
Every year if I want to, and
Yeah.
and it's just the little kid in me is like, still can't believe it. But yeah, this year was definitely busier. The one good thing is the park wide loop was actually really good because it was a ton of Guardians music that they were doing in the park wide loop. So which was better than the Magic Kingdom park wide loop for their New Year's was bad, and it was very short. And we were there for like 4 hours December 30th, and I swear to God, we heard Happy like 6 freaking times.
You would think you were at Universal with the Minions.
And no, the other thing with all the DJs is like, stop with the sing-alongs. God, I heard Sweet Caroline like 5 times over 2 nights. I wanted to kill myself. Or Don't Stop Believing. It's like, can we come up with some other sing-along songs?
Yeah,
those two. But yeah, other than that, it was a great time.
What's the song? Slide to the left.
Oh well, yeah.
Slide to the right. I can't think of the name of it, but that's overplayed.
There's always one of the dance parties that does that. That's more of it. They do a lot more of that in the Magic Kingdom because they have the ones in Magic Kingdom has Frontierland, Tomorrowland, and then the one in front of Cinderella Castle.
Yeah.
And it's just, I feel like maybe they didn't spend as much money on the DJs this year that they normally do. So
I wonder if I don't know how things are still with like the pandemic and everything and like entertainment and stuff like that.
I mean, I will say this: it is much more enjoyable this year and last year. With the crowd is way smaller. It's smaller than it used to be. New Year's Eve in Epcot was a madhouse.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Every single parking lot was full, and this year and last year we had no problem getting out of the parking lot, and we stayed till 1:00 in the morning till the park closed.
Yeah.
Whereas before, if you didn't park in the right spot in that parking lot, it would take you 2 hours to get out of that parking lot.
Oh yeah, leaving it has in years past has been a nightmare.
It used to be you had to know exactly where to park in that parking lot to get out.
Yeah, to get out as quick as you could.
But other than that, we had a great time, and we also popped into Universal and got to do the Green and Red Coconut Club with the Sirens were back performing Christmas week, and it was great to see. My only complaint about Universal is they need something new. It's getting a little tired.
What do you mean, like
they need
studios?
something updated for something new for their holiday celebration, because it's just
okay. I was like, what do you mean? Elaborate.
It's just gotten a little samey. It was nice last year when Grinchmas moved into the Blue Man Group Theater.
Yeah,
it's a much more enjoyable experience there. But
Yeah.
this was the first time I'd ever seen nobody was waiting for the Hogwarts Magic of Christmas show.
Yeah.
Like they had no need for crowd control or nothing.
Yeah.
Um, and this was like Christmas week, and it just shows to me that like people have gotten sort of tired
Yeah.
of some of the Christmas stuff, and maybe it's time for like a refresh. The tribute store was amazing. The updated, I believe, did they update the Christmas tree year? Because it seemed, or they've gotten better at programming the LEDs on that Christmas tree, because it's a lot more colorful and it does a lot more stuff. The Christmas,
Figgy says
the holiday.
going to Universal on the 7th. Hopefully it's not too crowded. Figgy,
Shit's big.
the crowds start going down, after the new year. They kind of go on a downward slope. I mean, it's not going to be dead, but it's not going to be packed. I think, the holiday crowds usually start to fizzle out about now. So
it's been busy this week. We
Yeah.
were at Disney Springs on Monday, and it was slammed.
yeah,
I mean, which has always been one of our thing. And that was the other thing we've talked about this on the show before, is like, why have we not gotten a holiday version of Cinematic Spectacular?
yeah. Well, I wonder if the show's still broken. I mean, they never bought.
No, they've been Cinematic Spectacular's back.
Is it?
I think it's back.
I was wondering the other day. I was like, is Cinematic Spectacular? Like yesterday, I didn't know if Cinematic Spectacular was back. So no, yeah, I would love to see a holiday version of, Cinematic Spectacular. I was going to say Marathon of Mayhem, but a holiday version of Marathon of Mayhem would be interesting.
And I finally got to ride the holiday version of Guardians, and it was good. Nothing, but yeah, I like the regular version better. It's
My biggest issue with it was, people were calling it an overlay. It's not really an overlay. It's literally just a song. I like the song. The Run Run Rocket song was good. But I wish they added some like holiday decorations, or, I mean, they can't add anything to the ride itself.
No.
Like the projections in the ride, but so maybe some Christmas decorations on the ship out front, or just, I don't know. I don't know what they could have done to make it,
I mean,
I'm not talking like a complete Christmas decorated, bonanza, but just something extra to make it like an overlay. I don't know.
No, I mean, and this week, I mean, I've the whole debate again went on this week online over Haunted Mansion Holiday, and how long it runs at Disneyland, and I'm just like, we would kill for that here.
I saw a tweet today, and somebody did the math, and like it's up for like 179 days or something like that. When it goes down, here soon, to get rid of the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, to when it reopens to when it goes down again is like 170, 180 days or something like that. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm fine with that.
I mean, and then I think I made some sort of comment about like, well, the only overlays we get are cheap overlays, and we do.
Yeah.
Jingle Cruise does not cost them that much money, and the Land one doesn't cost them that much money. It's like,
and the Tomorrowland Speedway one with the lights.
Yeah, I mean, it's in most of the stuff is party only, except for the week of Christmas.
Yeah,
and it's like, in the little known secret that I think you and I know, and a lot of other people know, we were supposed to get Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Yeah,
that's why Tokyo has Haunted Mansion Holiday. Their Haunted Mansion Holiday was built for us, but we decided the people in charge at the time didn't want to spend the money. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we went on earlier, a few weeks ago about how amazing Disneyland is during the holidays.
Yeah, we don't need to have this discussion every stream.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah,
people know
how both them and Disneyland Paris run their Christmas stuff through.
Speaking of New Year's, we never mentioned that Disneyland Paris got wishes, which was nuts. That finale, it was nuts.
Yeah. That was amazing. One of the big things they do differently is they do an actual party, just like I don't think Tokyo Disney has brought it back yet, but Tokyo Disney does a separate ticketed party. So does Disneyland Paris, which after seeing what they get for that party, like there's like 5 or 6 different shows.
Yeah.
they do throughout the night there, and I'm just like, I'm just like I was like I was like showed this to Sin, and I was like, we need to go do New Year's Eve at Disneyland Paris.
Paris, yeah.
Yeah, and that the video from they've had Wishes, I think, years ago,
Yeah.
for like a few years, and
They had it for a couple of years. Somebody posted a screenshot of the Wikipedia. I forgot. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you what years.
and they brought back an updated version for New Year's Eve, and it was jaw dropping. But I mean, most of the shows there are jaw dropping because number one, they have the most beautiful castle, and number two, they've got those fountains.
They've got the fountains in front of the castle, which help out a ton. I always forget about them, and then whenever I see a clip of the castle and the fountains are swaying back and forth, I'm like, it's such a simple addition, but for some reason those fountains add so much to that castle.
Oh yeah,
it's so weird.
It's amazing. So that's definitely like maybe a bucket list thing of going over there to do New Year's Eve.
But yeah, where were we going with this? I jumped back to New Year's Eve. We were talking about overlays, and we got off topic there.
But
went on a tangent.
New Year's Eve, like I said, and if you have a chance to do New Year's Eve at a Disney park, do it if you can get a chance, because it is one of a kind experience.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, as far as like specific news topics, this is the time of the year where it's kind of lull on theme park news, because the theme parks are just coming out of the holidays. Disney, Universal, they usually don't announce a lot of big announcements during the holiday season. So there wasn't a whole lot like specific news to talk about. The only things I have written down here, obviously, I don't think we talked about this during our recap. Our last live stream was the Walt Disney World Railway finally reopening up at the Magic Kingdom, which I think I have the clip here. We got a cool shot on our Twitter here.
Talk about two things.
Yeah. Of Tron testing. This is the tunnel. This is the view you get through going through the tunnel of Tron. So there's that. But yeah, the Walt Disney World Railway reopened officially finally. They did like a little preview with cast members
for one day, and then they opened it.
And then they literally the next day they reopened it up for everybody. So I'm glad to see that reopen.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's still limited hours. They're only doing like 9 to 6. Fingers crossed this is just because they're getting them fully staffed again, back up to staff.
The heck did I drop?
I don't know.
Something dropped.
You have to have, to do a whole day, you have to have multiple shifts of engineers running. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they will get back up to what it used to be, where it would run from open to close.
And then let me get the other thing up here.
And then, of course, Tron, the Good Morning America, and on some of the different other New Year's Eve and Christmas Day specials, they showed off Tron, which, for all intents and purposes, and I know a few weeks ago some inside pictures leaked. This thing's done.
Yeah,
they're just running trains at this point, and they've been running trains with people on them too.
The Good Morning America, I think it was Good Morning America segment, they actually showed him walking through the queue, and it's done.
Yeah, it's done, and I was there Christmas week. The landscaping outside is pretty much done.
Yeah,
this thing, I think the only thing that's really not done is whatever they're doing to Tomorrowland Power and Light inside. They're still working on that, but this thing's I got.
Is that going to be? I wonder, is that going to become like the Tron gift shop? I'm guessing.
I'm assuming it's just going to be like Tron Space Mountain,
kind of a mishmash.
We still have not seen the merchandise, and everyone knows Clint and I are like. LED
I'm dreading that day
hoodie,
when we
LED hoodie.
Yeah, I had my friend who got me the Shanghai. I still have it in my closet. I have the Shanghai the hoodie from Shanghai. But I forgot Asian sizes run a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more of a snug fit for me.
No, I
So
mean I've got an an XL Tokyo Disney hoodie that I pretty much have to pull the sleeves up
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Um,
So I will definitely be. Hopefully they have some. They have you and I in our hoodies. Hopefully they have a cool Tron hoodie. But yeah,
yeah.
no, I'm excited to see the Tron merchandise. I will probably be heavily invested in it.
I mean, I think we're going to see probably a couple, even probably more so than Guardian. We're probably going to see a couple months of cast member, annual
Previews.
pass holder, DVC, D23 previews before this thing officially opens.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty much this thing for except for from all we've heard from everybody and seen, and this thing's done. They're just, I mean, they need to start getting people on here because I think the loading this thing I think is going to be the biggest issue they're going to
Yeah.
have. Um, so
Yeah. These. I mean, Hagrid's isn't too bad because you're sitting more upright.
well,
But
also everyone
Tron,
comes from both sides too.
yeah.
This
Um,
Tron, you have to come. Each person has to come from a different side or something like that. Yeah,
well, it has
they
the
load.
dual. They're doing the dual station too, aren't
It's
they?
dual station, but I believe also only one person can load from each side.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be there. I think if they have 2 months of previews, that'll be definitely good for the cast members running that attraction because it's going to confuse I think the average guest as
Yeah.
far
Well,
as like
that's what
trying
I
to
was
load
saying.
into the
That's what I was going with. Like just the Tron, you're laying down a little bit more on the motorbike. Whereas Hagrid's, you just sit down and you have the lap bar. Tron has the whole thing that comes up behind you and it lays on your back. And yeah, I think there's going to be maybe not. Maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe not. But there could be some issues with getting this thing loaded and getting people on it and getting trains
yeah.
loaded. But yeah, no,
We've seen it run, but I think someone said been running 7 trains.
yeah, I think Mike from Blog Mickey, I think he posted today that they were running fast cycles, like 7
Yeah.
trains. They're getting dispatches out pretty quick, and they're cycling it pretty fast. So, it's getting there, folks. I know it's been a long time, but Tron's finally coming. So, and then the other stuff that I have, some smoking news, which is interesting. Um, Sosa Family Cigars closed at I think today, right? Yeah. They're probably yeah, I saw somebody post a picture this morning. The windows are already all tinted out, already blacked out, and so yeah, Sosa Family Cigars finally. Uh, I say finally, like we were waiting on it, which I think a lot of people were because not everybody enjoyed walking by there and getting a whiff of the
Well,
cigar smell.
especially when you're trying to get ice cream from Salt and Straw.
You walk into yeah,
It's not. I mean, we walked past there. Yeah, Monday when we went to see Avatar, and it's just like, ugh.
yeah, yeah.
It was at the time when downtown Disney West Side opened, cigar store that sort of made sense. It was the type of thing people look for now. Now, I mean, there's so many. There are a bunch of cigar stores in the tourist district
Yeah.
as it is, and it's and as we pointed out, there's no more smoking in Disney parks. Everything is outside. You have to go outside the park to smoke. I can't even remember. There's not really a lot of smoking areas in Disney Springs anymore either. So it makes sense to finally get rid of a place that's basically selling tobacco.
Yeah, because I mean, besides the big venues like Rainforest Cafe and obviously Cirque du Soleil, that was probably the last last store there, right? Like,
Candy Cauldron is still
oh yeah, Candy Cauldron's still
originally from
there. That's right.
West Side, and House of Blues.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. Like,
Yeah.
as far as like not big, restaurant
but yeah.
venues, that and
Yeah.
Candy Cauldron, those are like the last two original downtown. Well, not I shouldn't say original because it was what
West
was it before
Side,
downtown
downtown.
Disney?
Marketplace, but
Marketplace,
yeah,
yeah.
it was original when West Side opened. It was one of the original things. And as far as Candy Cauldron, do not touch that store. That's
Do
like
not
the
touch.
that's the last vestige of like theming.
Yeah,
Um,
Candy
yeah.
Cauldron's really coolly themed. I love the theming of that place, and it smells
No,
so good too. Walking by it.
we'll replace it with bricks and Edison lights.
Yeah. And then the other kind of keeping on the smoking theme here, Universal Orlando has kicked their designated smoking areas in the two theme parks, that being Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios, down to one area, one smoking area per park. You can see here on the website, Universal Studios Florida's smoking area is that kind of central park area over there in Grand Mercy Park, where the big obelisk, or not obelisk, but that big like column tower thing is.
It's basically what behind the Back to the Future train, if I remember correctly.
No,
Wasn't it?
this is Grand Mercy Park is in New York.
Oh, New York, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
if
no,
you're
there.
if
I'm thinking the other smoking area was behind. The Back to
that
the
was
Future.
the other one. I think that's the
Yeah.
one they got rid of. You are correct. Yes. But the one that's remaining is this one in New York, where that
I
little
wish they
park
would have
area is.
moved it. I wish they would have moved it somewhere else. That's
That park is a very central kind of area. It's kind of a
yeah.
pass through area. And I've walked during Halloween Horror Nights. I've walked
Oh,
through there, and I'm
yeah.
like, I get a good
That's
whiff
when
of.
people are actually bothering to go to the smoking area to smoke during
Yeah,
Halloween Horror Nights.
exactly. um, but and then the one, I don't know where maybe somebody in the chat could help me out. The others in Islands of Adventure, where was the other smoking area? But the one that's remaining, I'll read the one that's remaining here. It says it is the port of entry lower landing, which I believe is
Where the docks are.
where
the
the
docks
yeah,
were.
yeah. Over there, once you get to the end of port of entry, you can go left or right to Marvel Superhero Island or Seuss Landing. It's kind of down there by the water, which that one's fine because nobody goes down there.
Yeah, unless you're taking a picture, no one really goes down there.
Yeah, sometimes I go down there. I sometimes when I'm live streaming from the park, I'll go down there. I'll start the live stream, but that one's not as bad as the one in New York. That one's like a main artery for people to kind of walk through. In Lost Continent.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, wasn't it? Was
Was
it
it
down by the area by the water?
was it behind Mythos?
Yeah.
I was either going to say behind Mythos or over by Poseidon, or not Poseidon, formerly known as Sinbad. I can't remember.
I don't remember. We don't.
I know.
So we don't
yeah,
care.
yeah, exactly. Neither Baron. I don't think anybody that has any sort of affiliation with ThrillGeek smokes. So we don't visit smoking areas a whole lot. John says yes by Mythos. So okay, that's what I thought, because that's another area where
You two can argue it out in the chat.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it was by Mythos because again, I try to find whenever I'm at studios or islands, I try to find a quiet spot to start our live stream, and the smoking areas are quiet areas. Like I said, the one at Islands of Adventure in that little area of port of entry down there by the water. I'll go down there. It's a smoking area. And now I do recall people smoking down there by Mythos for that one. So, but anyways, just an interesting little update. I kind of wanted to chat about this because, as we know, Disney World theme parks have become smoke-free. There's no smoking areas in any of the Walt Disney World theme parks.
You have to exit the park.
Yes. So where I was going with this was, could Epic Universe be, maybe Universal slowly transitioning to smoke-free theme parks? Could Epic Universe be a smoke-free theme park? We'll have to wait and see.
I would hope so, and I would hope by then maybe Universal's going to fully transition to, like, inside the park. You can't smoke, but there'll be like one spot by Island's entrance and one spot by the studio's entrance in City Walk where you can smoke.
Yeah. So
Not that it ever stops anybody from vaping, but
yeah, vaping is a whole other issue. Especially during like Halloween Horror Nights. That's a whole other topic.
Enforcing any type of non-smoking, especially certain
Yeah, Figgy
herb
80
types of non-smoking.
says I think Epic will be smoke free because they want it to smell like a new car. Yeah, it's gonna have that new theme park smell, which I'm excited for. And last but not least, I have in my notes here to briefly we were briefly going to chat about Splash Mountain closing here in what 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 21st.
Weeks, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna my 2 out of my 3 kids, Jordan's ridden it. Charlotte and Connor haven't ridden it. So just for the sake of them riding it, I think we got park reservations not this weekend, but next weekend. We're gonna go. We're going to take the kids out there, go on it, just so they can say they win on it. Because every time we go to Magic Kingdom, it's a 90, 120-minute wait for Splash Mountain. And I don't want to wait that long for that ride.
No,
I'm spoiled.
No, I mean, Sid and I are gonna go ride it one more time, but I'm not gonna be there on the last day.
Yeah.
And there'll be a bunch of vloggers there on the last day.
Who knows? Maybe we'll show up. I don't know. Maybe we'll show up. I don't know. We are bloggers. We have a. But yeah, no, we'll see.
It's like I would like to ride it one more time. I don't think I've ridden it since 2019. Maybe is the last time I rode it. It's been a while.
It's been a while since I've ridden it. Because like I said, every time we go with the kids, they want to ride, but I'm like, I don't want to wait.
And we didn't, when we went to Disneyland, we didn't ride Disneyland's because it was cold when we were there. So, but
yeah, no, that's a big no.
But I think ours anyway is one of the few things where ours is actually better than Disneyland's. But I'm all we've stated multiple times on here that we are all ready for Tiana's new attraction, and fingers crossed. I will say this: they need to get it right. I hope they haven't cut the budget.
Yeah.
I hope they're spending the money on this because there's apparently a lot riding, because apparently it may tie in with the new TV show, the new Disney Plus show, and this is an original story. So it's fingers crossed that a lot of those animatronics aren't going anywhere, and fingers crossed the animatronics for Tiana are like Belle level as far as like quality. So
you're talking like Tokyo Disney Belle animatronic.
Yeah.
Which
I would hope so. Any newer animatronics, we've seen with American Adventure, they updated a bunch of the animatronics in that. So, any new attraction with starring a Disney princess should have high quality animatronics of said Disney princess. So,
I mean, we even saw it on the Beauty and the Beast ride at Tokyo. The animatronics on that are amazing. So I know.
Dropping. So
I hope we get rid of I hope no more of the face projection animatronics that we've seen the last several years. I hope those are long done.
Yeah, everything I think's leaning towards she will have like a real
animatronic. Yeah.
No, I mean it's the thing that I think we've said this before too, that it's part of the thing that really, I don't say ruins Frozen Ever After, but it really sucks you out of that ride. Is those faces just look so bad.
Yeah, I've never been into the big. They're done a little bit better on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
They sort of work there.
Yeah, but it's just something about Frozen at Epcot that just
the fact that Anna and Elsa have 5 o'clock shadows.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. But yeah, I think that's it as far as specific things I wanted to talk about. 2023 has started, and we've already had some, we've had the incident with Jeremy Renner, get well soon. I guess the incident he had with his snowplow, scary situation there. He posted, I saw, we were at dinner with my mother-in-law, and he posted a picture on Instagram Looked like he was in pretty rough shape. So speedy recovery to my twin, Jeremy Renner. That he has a full recovery, because apparently he got it good, and he there was a lot of blood loss apparently, and it wasn't it was a scary situation. What else here? Pop culture news. I watched
Uh,
Strange World, which I know we said before the stream that you started to watch it. I liked it. I kind of like the father son story behind it. You don't see that too much in. I'm not going to give anything away since you hadn't finished it. But I will say that I liked it. It's sad that it's not it. Well, apparently it's number one on Disney Plus now, but it didn't do
yeah.
really well in the in the movie theater. But I liked it. I kind of the father son story there, which you'll see it when you finish it, wraps up nicely at the end, and then the whole thing with the plant thing and what the plants are actually doing is really interesting too. So I liked it. It
No,
was
and I think we talked about, when we talked about Iger coming back, like that's got to be one of his priorities, is reestablishing Walt Disney Animation and Pixar as
yeah,
a theatrical experience, because
yeah.
clearly dumping all those Pixar movies and shortening the windows on a bunch of Disney movies has made it so people aren't
Just
bothering to
wait.
go to.
Yeah,
Just wait, whereas Universal's done the smart thing they did with Minions, is they delayed
they pushed it
the
back.
they pushed back the time that it showed up on Peacock. um you know I think we're gonna see. I think that's one thing I think we're gonna see with all the Disney movies this year, and I think he's probably going to try to emphasize that it's going to be a 90-day window. You're
Yeah,
going to have to wait. You're either going to go see it in the movie theater, which right now with Avatar, they're going to see it in the movie theaters.
yeah.
Um,
People are seeing that in the movie theater.
I mean, I've seen it twice, and this is from someone, I think we've discussed this before. I'm not a fan of the first Avatar movie, but I really like this one.
Yeah, I was in the
It
same
is
boat. I think
it
you
is
and I discussed
something
this during
unique.
our wrap up,
You
our yearly wrap up
Yeah,
stream.
it's something and we saw in the Dolby 3D, and this is what I think this is one of the first Dolby Cinema movies in 3D, and it is as amazing as it was in Cinemark XD. In Dolby Cinema 3D, it was jaw dropping. How amazing it was, and I had never thought I would say this about an Avatar film, and you can see why you go see it on the biggest screen that you can possibly see it on, because it is an experience. It's
Yeah,
and
I wasn't into the first one. I watched it several times, and I just for some reason I couldn't get
it's
into
a
it. But
good movie. It's not a great movie to
yeah, I think
me.
that's kind of where I stand on it too. It's a good movie. I can sit and watch it and not be bored, but I never got invested in it. But this one, and even this one, I'm not like, oh my god, it's
No,
I'm not a super Avatar nerd fan or anything. But I definitely enjoyed The Way of Water more
yeah,
than the previous one. So
and I think it's just that, and we've got so much to really not
we
much
got
going on.
we got the Barbie trailer.
Yeah, we didn't even discuss the Barbie trailer. Well, now
We
the
got
teaser.
the teaser trailer. Excuse me. We got the Barbie teaser trailer. Watch our viewership. Yeah.
No, I
um,
mean, I never thought I'd say I'd be excited for a Barbie movie, but I'm
I'm,
excited to see
s-
that. I
I
mean,
mean, come
there's so
on.
many.
Ryan Gosling as Ken. Come on. It's going to be amazing.
I mean,
It's,
there's so just the big budget movies alone this year. I'm excited to see Ant-Man, Guardians. I think we've discussed before is just going to rip our hearts out. I have a feeling. The we still haven't seen anything from the Marvels. I they showed the Little Mermaid trailer again before Avatar, and I'm excited for that.
yeah.
That just the teaser so far has got me hyped on that, and that's just the first. There's God
Isn't
knows I
isn't
know
the
you
Haunted
love.
Mansion movie coming out this year?
I think I have a feeling that is going to bomb so badly. It's not even going to be
Yet
funny.
another Haunted Mansion movie that's, I don't know, Jamie Lee
Because they
Curtis
can-
as Madame Leota. That's gonna be something.
because they continue to make a comedy Haunted Mansion film.
I
instead
know,
of-
I know,
instead
I
of an
know.
actual Haunted
Yeah.
Mansion film. But no, I mean it's I think between just that alone and it's just so much to be excited
Indiana
for.
Jones got the Marvels.
Dude, man, every time I watch that Indiana Jones trailer, and I have watched a lot, when they get to the Raiders march in that slower key,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, shit. It's just like tears. It's like I know we were all disappointed with Crystal Skull. But James Mangold doesn't really make bad movies. So
Yeah.
and I mean he made Logan, and Logan is easily probably the best Fox X-Men movie of all of them. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
he dude knows his stuff, and I've I'm glad it's in someone else's hands now. As amazing as Steven Spielberg is, but it's clearly they gave to me so far. It looks like they gave it to people who really
Care.
care. Really want this is Harrison Ford's last hurrah as this character.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would love for it to go out with a bang and be really, really good. I think it, and then freaking, you love. I know how much you love talking about Maverick. You like Mission Impossible too. Dude, I am so excited for this. It's not.
What, Dead Reckoning?
Yes, I mean
yeah. Are you kidding me?
You mean after the last one being, to me, one of the best action films the last
Fallout was
15
so
years.
good. Oh my god,
Um,
I love that movie so much.
Yeah, I think once they got story and they kept a core group of characters that people could actually care about.
Yeah.
I feel like it changed Mission Impossible, and now we got back-to-back movies. And I think it's gonna be. We've already seen some of the teasers of some of the stunts they're doing in this movie. Now I realize the movie isn't all about stunts. One of the things that have made the last few movies really good is the stories have been very, very good.
Yeah.
And I think
Oh, that motorcycle jump that he does into the
ravine
oh my god.
to parachuting down.
Tom Cruise has the biggest pair of whats, and
I to this day it's like I don't understand it, but we're lucky enough we get to watch this. And
yeah, the guy does it for like he said, I watched the behind the scenes thing of that jump that he did, and he's like, he does it for the fans, for the people that watch the movies, and you got to give the guy credit for that. He makes damn good movies.
It's the one thing that has made the Mission Impossible movies in this age of CGI so much more interesting, is the fact that so much of the stuff they do is practical.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, he does 99% of his own stunts.
Yeah. And they use CGI to enhance it, but I think it's been shown time and time again is when you can do as much practically as possible.
Yep.
It just gives it a level and a feel that is completely different of
versus if it was CG.
Someone skydiving on a KUKA arm in front of a green screen, as opposed to someone actually skydiving. And then yes, do they change the cityscape and the landscape with CG? Yes, but there's a total difference of filming someone actually skydiving, where you can see their face and you can there's no trickery. It makes a huge difference. I think it's one of the things that has really made, especially like I said, the last few Mission Impossible movies completely different from any other action film out there. It's just
The only other thing that I had that I wanted to, the wife and I finished Cobra Kai last night. What was it, season 5, season 6 that we're on? 5. Really good season again. My only issue is I feel like they need to wrap this thing up soon. I feel like it's starting to get a little long in the tooth. This one, I read if they had, season 5, because I looked up last night online to see if they had greenlit season 6 yet, and they haven't. Season 5 wraps up nicely. There's a little bit of a cliffhanger, but it wraps up nicely to where if this is where it ended, I don't think it would be a bad thing. But
I think they're getting a season 6. I think
I if they do a season 6, this better be it because I don't know how much
it's
further they can stretch out this
the only
Cobra
person
Kai
who
saga.
hasn't shown up now is basically Hillary Swank from was it the next Karate Kid or something?
Oh yeah. It's from the female Karate Kid movie. Yeah.
That's about the only person who hasn't shown up so far.
I couldn't remember her name. Yeah.
Because basically they've had pretty much everybody from Karate Kid Part 3 show up now.
Yeah, they've had everybody from like the original movies. I mean, it was
No,
you know
I mean
they've
I'm one who feels like the last 2 seasons, I was the one who felt the show had gotten a little off track by season 3 when it became too much. What's the bad guy?
John Kreese.
Yeah, there was too much Crease's backstory, which I just did not give a crap about.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think they got to be doing an end game here because it's the kids. They number one aren't getting any younger.
yeah.
But
Exactly.
I think I like I said, I feel like this season had a little bit of a padding of just like trying to stretch things out, and I think it's definitely time to sort of start wrapping it up. Speaking of another
Yeah.
Netflix show, we finished Wednesday, and
I think that's going to be next on our list to
it's
watch.
First couple episodes where I felt were a little rough, but once this show gets going, it's so good. It's easily the best thing Tim Burton has had any hands on in forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not just his show either, but it's him and a couple other creators. But it's Jenna Ortega I mean, she just inhabits Wednesday, and
I've seen a lot of clips of her, and she's great. She's
she
fantastic.
is amazing, and it takes a little while to get going, but eventually they start fleshing out the rest of the cast after the first 2 episodes. And it's only 8 episodes. And
Yeah, that'll be
nice story. Leaves a little open ended, which we all know it's getting another season because it's been one of the most successful shows ever on Netflix. So
next to Stranger Things.
next to Stranger Things, and I think it had more views than the part 1 of season 4, faster than Stranger Things did or something.
Really, I didn't hear that. That's
So
interesting.
It's it's a huge hit, and I expect probably have to wait 2 years, which seems to be the thing now in between seasons of stuff. But,
Yeah. No, that'll definitely. I think that's definitely gonna be next on our list is Wednesday.
yeah, it's great. Next on our list is Willow on Disney Plus, because I finally got Sin to sit down and watch the original Willow. And she really liked it, which is
Yeah.
good. And then so we're gonna start up Willow.
Which is good because that movie's an acquired taste. Like it's not for everybody.
It's you got to remember the time when you watch it now, because fantasy films were definitely different in the 1980s.
Yeah.
You didn't have all this. It has one of the first uses of CGI in that film.
Yeah.
When the sorceress morphs.
Oh yeah.
I believe that's the first ever use of morphing in a film. If based on, I was actually trying to finish the ILM documentary, and they actually talked about the morphine. That was the first time they did morphine.
Yeah.
So it's a fun, cute little family film, and everything I've heard so far of the new Willow series has been really good. So I'm excited, and of course, I believe Bad Batch, Star Wars. We finally get our Star Wars back with Bad Batch starting up this week.
That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, Bad
I
Batch
think it dropped. I
starts
think
too.
it drops tomorrow. Yeah. So
Plenty more exciting stuff coming to streaming, and plenty of stuff I still haven't watched. So
tell me about it. Coming from a parent with 3 kids, where I don't get a whole lot of time to watch TVs or movies or anything. But we can do it. Like Cobra Kai. We just gotta do it.
well, that's we got about we got through a lot of stuff during the holidays when we weren't
Yeah.
in the theme parks. We were watching movies and
Yeah.
and stuff.
So, all righty, crew. I think we're gonna get on out of here. I think that's everything we had. Like I said, this is gonna be a rambling stream tonight, and that's what the last half of it was. So, not a whole lot to talk about, but we appreciate everybody tuning into the chat as usual. Thank you, John. Let me bring it up here really quick. Figgy82, thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you, John. Who else here? Michael, thank you. Appreciate you guys. My dad dropped in. I don't know if he's still watching. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate you. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Get on out of here, and we will be back. What is our what date is our stream next week? It is the 3rd, so it'll be the 10th. Our 10-year anniversary of Thrill Geek is the 13th. I don't know what we're gonna do, if anything. I'll post a tweet. That'll be the celebration, because I'm terrible with coming up ideas for
10 years of Thrill Geek, and then it'll be 6.5 years I've been here doing this. So
yep,
wild.
Yeah, it's crazy that I started this thing almost 10 years ago. I know because I see the Facebook notifications, because long story short, I started a blog way back in the day. I forgot what it was called. It was called like A State of Geek or something like that. And it was just going to be like a pop culture website. And it was weird. It was probably what I shouldn't have started. I started like a movie, TV, pop culture blog with a few theme park things. And then I was like, this ain't going to work. I was like, what am I doing? I'm in the theme parks. Let me start a theme park blog. So I went and I started Thrill Geek. I got the domain and all that stuff, and started the Twitter. I think I just started the Twitter and the Facebook at first. And then it went from there. So yeah, 10 years, January 13th, Friday the 13th, nonetheless, which is pretty cool.
Wild.
Somebody pointed that out on Twitter, that our 10-year anniversary is going to be on Friday the 13th. So who knows? Maybe we'll do something. I'll
spooky.
Yeah, spooky. Maybe I'll come up with something, maybe a giveaway or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So
we got plenty of crap to give away. So.
Yeah, I literally have the bag right here. Look. Hold on. I literally have my Toy Story 4 backpack filled with, look, I got new Magic Band Pluses. I just hit myself with it. What else do I got in here? I got Rocky Mountain Construction lanyards. What else do I got in here? What is this? Oh, I have a Fury 325 sling backpack. So yeah, I have all sorts of crap. I'm just super lazy and I don't do giveaways. So
yeah.
Maybe we'll put together something for the 10th anniversary. Who knows? So anyways, guys, we're going to get on out of here. Barry, tell everybody where they can follow you and follow us online and all that stuff.
Well, I am at Culture and Thrills on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at Thrill Geek on Twitter, Instagram, and the TikTok, facebook.com/ThrillGeek. Please like and follow our Facebook page, youtube.com/ThrillGeek. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, twitch.tv/ThrillGeek for our Twitch live streams, and ThrillGeek.com for the latest in theme park and pop culture news. And you're watching Thrill Geek This week.
Yes, you are. And you can follow me online. I am CG83 on Twitter and Instagram. And be sure to follow Thrill Geek everywhere. As Barry just mentioned, all the social medias and all that jazz.
Join our Discord server.
Yeah, be sure to join our Discord server. Link is in our Twitter bio. You just click that and you're in our Discord server. I need to start getting on that. I hate leaving it there and sitting, and I need to start being more active on it. It's just kind of sitting there as some of the stuff that we usually do.
Just you and me.
So, but yeah, no, join our Discord. I try to post things in there, keep the conversation going. Join it and keep the conversation going. We want everybody chatting in there, having a good time, all that stuff. So, anyways, guys, I think that's it. Good night. Be safe. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Lots of stuff planned this year for Thrill Geek. So I'm excited to see where it goes. And take care, be safe, and we'll see you guys next week.
Stay safe. We'll see you in the parks.
Forgot to get my outro here up. I'm a professional.
We know what we're doing.